Hi, I'm Angie Austin with Oil and Gas 360, and we are here at EnerCom's 2017 Oil and Gas Conference, and we are joined by Regan Davis. He is the President and CEO with STEP Energy Services. Welcome, Regan.
Thanks.
All right, so let's start with an overview question. Could you give us kind of a 50,000-foot view of STEP Energy Services, the company itself, and the key services that you offer?
Sure. STEP is a newly listed public company. We focus on two product offerings or service offerings, fracturing and coiled tubing. Our fracturing operations are focused solely in Canada, and our coiled tubing operations are focused both in Canada and in Texas and Louisiana.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your presentation. You have a slide that talks about, a quote, building and growing the business during the downturn. So let's talk about that process and where you see STEP in the coming year.
Sure. So coming into the downturn, STEP was solely a coiled tubing company focused in Canada. Through the downturn, with the support of our private equity shareholder and the ability to take advantage of some distressed business opportunities, it was when we were able to expand our service offering into fracturing and into the United States. So we were able to acquire asset bases at very low costs, and as we look forward, we have a tremendous asset base that we have yet to finish deploying to the field. So through the balance of this year and through the balance of 2018, we expect to continue to build out our coiled tubing fleet in both Canada and the US and deploy the balance of the horsepower that we acquired during the downturn.
Let's talk a little bit about this ultra capacity coil tubing unit. I understand in July you added this fifth ultra capacity coil tubing unit. So could you talk about these units and what they do and
Sure.
who's using them?
Yeah, so the business was started with being focused in coiled tubing. Our business model was to focus on the deep, large capacity coiled tubing services. From the very first coiled tubing unit we built to the units we're building now, they've continued to get larger. So the ultra capacity coiled tubing spread is just signifies a one step larger capacity than what we would have built even 2 years ago. As wells continue to get longer, the need for larger diameter, longer coiled tubing is there to be able to reach the bottom of these wells. And the ultra capacity unit is sized capable of continuing to service those extra deep horizontal wells.
All right, that makes sense. All right, 2017's uptick in drilling and completions in the US and Canada translates to higher fracturing services demand. So how do you balance keeping up with today's demand and staying vigilant for signs of a slowdown?
Well, we joke around the management table that we feel like we're driving with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake.
Right, that makes sense.
It demands that you stay really close to your clients, keep a really close pulse on what capital spending plans are occurring in the industry. Today, we do not see a material slowdown in the capital spending plans of our clients, but you can be assured that we'll be very reactive in the event that we do. One of the reasons we were able to be so opportunistic going into the last downturn is we did not have a leveraged balance sheet. Today we sit with cash on our balance sheet. We like that position, and we intend to protect that position. We don't want to put ourselves in a situation where we're vulnerable because of debt if we go into a downturn. So.
Okay. Now in June, I understand STEP worked with another EnerCom presenter, Tamarack Valley Energy, on a Cardian well that set a record number of STEP stages in that formation, 115 stages. So can you talk about what STEP learned in the process of completing that record-setting well with 115 stages?
Sure. So that well was completed with a sliding sleeve technology that was activated with coiled tubing or operated with coiled tubing. So what that confirmed was that technology can continue to grow in the number of stages you can put into a well, and that you can effectively operate those sleeves very cost effectively with coiled tubing. And the whole idea with more stages in a wellbore is that they call it pinpoint fracking. You can get more fracks into a well with perhaps smaller proppant loading across the length of the wellbore, ultimately allowing the reservoir to be opened up, or more permeability to be established in the reservoir so they can recover more reserves. So I think that test and that record was really an endorsement that we're on the right path, and we continue to do more of that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, again, Regan Davis, President and CEO with STEP Energy Services, and I am Angie Austin with Oil and Gas 360. Thanks so much for joining us.